Hello, I'm Rick Stivers with YoungMartin'sReels, and today we're going to do something a little different from what we normally do. We're going to talk about what I did yesterday. I was out yard sailing yesterday. I have a pet project in mind, and what I'm trying to do is try to get kids out fishing again. So I was out yard sailing yesterday, and during the day I managed to get this group of rods and reels. Let's see if you can... I'm going to show you close-ups of a lot of this as we go. So this is what I got. You can't see it very well, but this is a red 202. This is a Pro Staffs 2020. We've got a Zebco 33 here. We've got a 202. We've got a 606. We've got a 404. This reel here I haven't worked on yet, so it's still sitting along with this one here. And then I've got this cute little Batman reel, and I think this is, what in the heck was that thing? It is a, I think it's a Dora. It's a little girl's fishing pole. I got those. As well as this group right here, okay? And since a lot of these reels have already been through and been worked on my videos, I didn't want to do videos on them, but I found so many things wrong in fixing these that I wanted to get back to you and show you just exactly what I had found. So let's start off with the 202, and this one was pretty simple. Okay, that was before. This is the after. It's been fixed up. It's all been serviceable and everything now. It's more of a modern 202. It's got a star drag, and basically it was froze. It did not want to operate at all, and it has now been repaired. All I did was took it apart, cleaned it, serviced it, put new oil and grease in it, and new line, and this one's ready to go fishing again. So that one's ready for the kiddies. All right, next in line, we're going to talk about this reel right here. Okay, this 606. I saw it at the yard sale. The cover was popped off of it. I really didn't give it much thought. I saw it sitting there, and for $2, I didn't figure I was going to get hurt too much. So I went ahead and I bought it. But when I got it home, what I found with this one was, first off, the top of this is rotted away, which that's not such a big deal. I'll show you in a little bit what we can do about that. The other thing, though, is when you come around to this side, someone in the past has over-tightened the drag on this, and what happened, they snapped the body in half. So it's broken, see? Okay, so with that like that, there's no way this reel's ever gonna go fishing again unless you come up with a whole new frame for it. So effectively, that's a done reel. All right, so if you find that this frame assembly is busted or any of these parts that are riveted in, normally that's gonna be the death of the reel. I've got a 33 over there that's snapped right about here. So it's the same kind of deal. So this 600, it's a modern 600. It's not one of the older ones. I was kind of excited to see a modern 600. I thought, hey, here's one we'll get up and running again and send it on its merry way. Well, no, this one's going into the parts pile so that hopefully it can supply parts for another reel down the road. Okay. Next reel on the list was this 202. Now, if you look, and I want to show you a close-up in color in just a second. If you look at that reel, that rod that it was on, I could not free it up. I couldn't get the screw to come out. It was completely frozen up. I ended up snapping off the bolt trying to move it. It never budged at all. But I did finally get the reel seat broken away enough to get the rod out, or the reel out. And what I found when I got it out, this is the reel. what I found on it, oh, stand by. Okay, what I found on it was this portion right here, which is this portion, okay, was broken away right here. Okay, the part that's supposed to hold the spring for your drag, it's supposed to hold your drag lever and your post for your spring, all that was broken away. All right, I had a spare like this one laying around in my spare parts, and I was excited that I was going to be able to put that in. Notice though the problem. We are missing this portion right here. This is your anti-reverse assembly. It's not on this one. All right, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go back and drill out this rivet and then drill a new hole in this one for the anti-reverse. And if you look, if you ever have to do this, if you look up here, there's also a relief right here, inside here, that this pin right here has to ride in. All right, if you don't have that relief, it's going to be stressed, just like you see this right now. It's stressed, so you're going to need to get that done. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drill out this, add the new hole, add the relief right here, and then this reel will be back in functional. It's almost functional. It's pretty much functional right now. It is functional as per this particular part. But what it does is it doesn't give you an anti-reverse. So I'm going to go back and fix it the rest of the way so that we have anti-reverse again. Because to me, it's no good without the anti-reverse. If you've ever seen a kid get their knuckles slammed by a big fish hitting a reel with no anti-reverse, it hurts a lot. So we're going to get that fixed. Next on the list would be, let's go with the 606. That's this guy right here. We're going to go with that 606. Now look at how bad this thing looks. All right, and what I did is I went to operate this thing and the button doesn't push in, okay? And what's happened, I don't know if it's gotten bent here or if this is swelled with age, but the button is sticking in the case and you can force it, it'll go down. I even tried popping it over here, which I did. And I tried folding the edge over a little bit to get it to not hit. And it's just so much pressure on that button all the time. So I had a spare button. Not only did I have a spare button, I had a brand new spare front, new old stock, front, rear. Let's back this out a little bit. I had a new old stock front, a new old stock rear, and I repainted the trim ring that goes around the middle, and then went through, serviced and lubricated it. This thing works like a dream. So this one's going out to the kiddies, and I'm hoping they're going to have fun with it. So that's what we found with the 606. This push button right here, I replaced that assembly. I had a new old stock one, and we replaced it, put it back together, and now it's up and running. Next on our list is going to be, yeah, we had the same issue with this 33. Okay, somebody at some time or another had managed to drop this and distort it. And you see, I don't know if you can make it out very well, but the rectangle that this sits in is now twisted. And I'm not sure how that came to be, but instead of trying to retwist it back around to get it, see, you can squeeze it just right and it will slide over and start working. But as soon as you take the pressure off of it, it goes back to the way it was. Well, I had a 33. Remember I told you I had a 33 that had the frame broken? Well, we took the back off of that 33, put it on this 33. Went through, serviced and lubricated it. This one's got all the lines stripped off of it. I haven't put new line on it, but it's ready to go. I think this one here is probably going to go to an older kid, and I want to know what line they want to put on it. So this one's up and running. it's a beautiful, these old 33s are nice reels. So that's what we did. It was a busy day. All right, next on here we're going to talk about is this Pro Staff right here. All right, this is the Pro Staff, and here's what it looked like before. Here's what it looks like now. Okay, it cleaned up like a brand new one. This thing looks nice. What it did have is the spinner head inside had disintegrated around the inside. All right, and so I had a new spare, well, it's not new, it's a newer. It's not dead like that one was. And we changed it out, put it on here. This one's in good shape. It's not coming apart. We put that on there. Cleaned and service, put new line. And again, it operates just like a brand new one. Now we're going to talk about this other 202. This 202 is this one right here. Okay? And it didn't work well at all. Everything seemed to work. I mean, it was really stiff, which I'm used to that. I'm used to coming across really stiff. But what I found was when you tried to pull, we didn't have any drag. And the problem with this one, let's go ahead and take it apart, and I'll show you what had happened. And this one, you have to be very delicate if you're going to accomplish this repair. So you take your time and don't overly force things. What had happened is this spring right here. Somebody had bent it out of shape. This had like a horseshoe shape facing down this way. And what I was able to do was very gingerly lift this out of here and bring it around. And it takes some pressure to do so. And you got to be careful not to break the knob right here and not to break this post off over here. So we got this up and over, and I was able to reshape the spring back into the shape it's supposed to be and slip it back into place. So now the drag is working again. Okay, so that's what we did with this 202. It was a very busy day. All right, and I told you I was going to talk to you about what to do about these, and I'll show you what I ended up doing about them. Let's see if I can find them. Where'd they go? Oh, there they are. All right. This 33 Classic had the same problem. That piece had rotted off the front. It was gone. Okay, years ago, for my dad, I made these, and I still, when I went through his stuff, I found them, and he had me make different sizes for different spools. But what I did was made these on my wood lathe. All right, and they're just wooden rings is all they are, and you can make them out of plastic. I guess you could probably make them out of rubber if you chose. And basically, you got to make sure that if you make them out of wood, you got to seal them good, because they're going to get wet. And if they get wet and aren't sealed, they're going to swell and they're going to crack. So what we did is we glued one of these on here, and that's what I'm keeping this one over here for. If you look, there's different sizes. So this one probably won't fit this one. It looks like it's smaller. Yeah, see, this one won't fit on there. Okay, but one of these larger ones that I made will. And if it becomes necessary for me to make some of these out there for the Zebco, there we go, right there, see? That's a beautiful fit. And we glue that on and seal it good, and we've got a nice, viable replacement. All right. But that's what we're doing with them. Let's see, was there anything else here that I fixed yesterday? Oh, yes. Two more things. And these I didn't have to effect major repairs on. I only had to clean them up. And that was Batman and Dora the Explorer. And you may think that because they're kids' rods, that they're not worthy of anything. But let me tell you what, when I took these apart, this drag system in here is every bit as complex as most of the newer drag systems. It's really cool. It's very well made. I mean, this is probably a $10 rod, and yet they went at all that complexity. The same thing works in here. The same type drag that you have in Zebco's. It all works, folks. And I took them apart, cleaned them, serviced them. When I got them, they were completely bound up. They didn't turn at all. And but now they turn, and there's going to be a little 2 or 3 year old out there who's going to want these guys. And the really neat thing about them is they float. If you throw them in the water, they float. They'll come back up. So these are perfect for little kids, and the younger the better. The quicker we can get them out there fishing, that's what we want to do. That's pretty much what I've got for today. And I'm going to come back probably tomorrow and shoot a new video of something that we haven't done before. And I'm just not sure what it's going to be yet. But this was what I spent my weekend doing. This is why you haven't seen any videos coming out from Young Martin's Reels today. I wanted to get all these rods and reels fixed. Oh, yeah, by the way, that's what I did yesterday. And today, after church, I got a call from one of the guys that I bought some of those rods from yesterday and said, hey, I want to get rid of the rest of all these. Well, I got all these at less than $1 a piece. All right, the rods and reels a piece. So I've got a lot on my hands to get done. These are going to be getting ready for the kids, and I hope you guys will stick with me. There's nothing here, I don't believe, in this entire list that I've already done. So these are all going to be upcoming. Yeah, I don't think there's a reel in there that I've already done. Except maybe, no, I have not done the pin 309. That 309, I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to fix it or not. It's got a bad spool, but I want to take it apart and see what kind of shape it's on. In the inside, the guy that I bought it from pulled it up off the bottom of Lake Calaveras. He didn't know how long it had been down there, but he took it apart and cleaned it. But the fiberglass or plastic spool in it's pretty well eat up. So it's got some holes in it. And I don't know that it's worth the expense to put a new spool in. I'm looking at a used one on eBay right now for $15, but you know, that's, my goodness, I got from there to here for $15. So I'm a little hesitant to go spending $15 on one part when hopefully I can get all this other stuff up and running for virtually free. I do like the Pen 9, but kids aren't going to fish with the Pen 9. So if I do fix the Pen 9, it's probably going to be a trolling reel. But I've already got like 15 trolling reels, so I really don't need another trolling reel. So maybe I'll fix it and let it go. I don't know. If you like what you saw here today, hit the like button. If you don't like what I'm doing, hey, hit the dislike button. If you would like to see more videos, as of today, I'm up to 99 subscribers. If I get one more, hey, that'll put me over the top. I thought I would be there by today, but I haven't ventured over it yet. So if you'd like to subscribe, please do so. Put me over 100. That'd be great. But for now, that's Rick Stivers with Young Martin's Reels signing out.